Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda Heroes like Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Faymonville Approach. In the northwest stands Symbiosis, fighting for freedom, democracy, and liberty. Here with the US 3rd Infantry Division. In the east stands Andres, fighting here for the German Army, Deutschland, the Wehrmacht. Here with the 90th Panzer Grenadier Division, we got Breakthrough here with the Dull Pioneer Grenadier Squad versus Armoured, with an Engineer Rifle Squad here out of Symbiosis. So a bit of one of each there as he sets out to beat up some Germans. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous, wonderful, and delightful support of the Propagandacast. And a big thanks for keep commenting and liking my videos, helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. So, grabbing here for the fuel point. Again, note the capture order here. The Pioneers go straight for the fuel point, and then a more regular unit, like the Grenadiers, mean to secure the cutoff point. That way, again, you know, securing a bit of faster timing there, if you will. Northeast scouts probing about there for Symbiosis. Ralph's got busy as well. We got a single Grenadier squad for Andres. A rifleman moving forwards. Grenadiers move on the center cutoff point here. All very, you know, steady and quiet as it goes. No major surprises here as of yet. Nothing that really pops out any eyeballs. Got the cutoff point here. Gonna sneak some northwards. Second Grenadier squad ready. Second rifleman was done for Symbiosis. Quickly popping around there, and the South Pioneers are busy. Very busy. Pioneers programming northward scouts holding the fuel point. Here we see their Symbiosis. Of course, a veteran of Coh3 amongst other things, and Coh3. As most been playing 2v2s here, but seems he's popping slowly back into the 1v1 scene as well. Here, Ralph's taking some damage here. Down to half health for the Grenadiers, focusing down here at longer ranges. The Grenadiers do have a bit of an edge, but not a massive one. Pioneers going in, scouts supported, but still managed to hit the fuel point there. Definitely hurting here Andres' fuel income in the early game. This could definitely have some unfortunate results as the match goes on, depending on how well Symbiosis is able to exploit this. Third Grenadier squad for Andres looks like to be one of the Grenadier heavier builds, which again are somewhat common here, of course. More and more Wehrmacht players are just kind of skipping the MD42 as it's partly just too easily countered, either through, well, blobs, but also just mortars, which in the case of the USF mortars are exceptionally good at countering the MD42 once they get veterans to one. Officer quarters here, so definitely a heavy commitment to the Grenadier, the firm frontline infantry of the Wehrmacht. Of course, it is worth noting that while many have this idea that all the Grenadiers are being these elite troops, the reality is quality varied a fair bit. In particular, after 1943, quality would significantly vary between the divisions. Also, equipment could also vary significantly. Some would have MD34s or 42s, but many would have, well, other light machine guns. So, they're all fun fact there. More MP40s on the way here for Andres. Officers' quarters almost done. We got the medical station on the way there. Closing in here, third rifle squad down there. So far, they're both sides just pouring infantry on infantry. Officers' quarters up here, of course, giving a bit of a boost here. Toss in the MP40s, and the Grenadiers do hit a bit harder here than Symbiosis' early game infantry, the riflemen. This is typically one of those areas where the Grenadiers might just be able to, like, get a bit of leverage until, for example, bars hit, or, you know, something else hits, like Rangers, SSF Commandos, or anything else. But of course, with Armoured out here, Symbiosis doesn't really have the luxury of elite infantry to throw at his opponents, so that kind of shuts down at least one avenue there for Symbiosis to really, like, threaten the Grenadiers, at least in some regards. Of course, there's still the bar upgrade, and of course, there's also the potential for Greyhound. And now Andres is going for a fourth Grenadier squad. Bit more of a rare strategy there to see that many Grenadiers out. Most players nowadays just go for 3 and then tag up, but Andres continues just to commit to the Grenadiers while fighting heavily for the various fuel points. Though, of course, so has Symbiosis. Got some flame for engineers here, could definitely give some of Andres' Grenadiers a bit of a tough time. Fourth Grenadier squad ready up north here. Grenadiers being scored, as you see, by the riflemen, pushing in from both sides, withdrawing from the center bit in the south. Pioneers spotted engineers. That could be a wipe here for Andres. If he's not careful, I mean, we're down to just one man, and, well, down to no men in a second or two. Yup. Lost sight of the battle there and suffered a wipe. Small win there for Symbiosis. Got the captain out. More pioneers for Andres. Will there be more MP40s though, of course, is a good question. Maybe he goes for a mix, maybe commits, or maybe it's just one Grenadier squad with MP40s, while the other squads provide fire support for them. I mean, that is a legitimate tactic and strategy. There you go, Rival Squad will come here. So, heavy aggression there. German forces pulling ahead here. In the south, setting for that fuel point. And we got Breakthrough as well. They're certainly looking to leverage having a lot of infantry with also just being able to capture a lot of terrain fast. Thumbs up there to Andres. Not a lot of players, I think, use Breakthrough very aggressively when it comes to the Wehrmacht, but used correctly can really just give the Wehrmacht player a fair bit of map control against the opponent. Luftwaffe, of course, pulling up here for Andres. Jägers, Wirbelwinds, Marders, Flak 30s, we'll have to see. As for Symbiosis, he's going for the motor pool. We also here got already the M31 recovery vehicle, so he's obviously going to go for War Machine to cut down a bit the manpower cost on the Greyhound. I would definitely imagine cause Anders to consider Jägers with Panzerschrecks very actively here to fight back against the Greyhounds. Been a while since seen Panzerschreck Jägers versus Greyhounds, at least in this kind of sort of development here. So it will be interesting to see how that ends up playing out for both sides. In the south, Pioneers trying to hit that victory point, but we can see that already Symbiosis managing to block that with some glorious democracy. Victory points wise, Symbiosis does have a bit of lead here over Andres already. Got the Luftwaffe quarters, or Luftwaffe quarters, they're ready. Scouts here could get knocked out, and down they go. That's a definite win there for Andres. Even though the unit individually wasn't expensive, it was just a very good unit to support the rifle, just running around capturing points while the rifleman did all the actual fighting. So losing that will certainly diminish Symbiosis' ability to control the map, and here Engineers are being pushed back as well over the Grenadiers. Straight for the southern victory point in the center. Cap goes to the cutoff point here, looking to mess with his opponent's economy.
Our territory is exposed. We must re-establish a connection.
And we got Jägers here for Andres, so certainly committing heavily to the infantry. If Jäger squad almost, oh, not 50 infantry squad, but that is a Jäger squad. They're done.
Jäger light
There we go.
infantry on station.
Jäger's out.
Jäger light infantry ready. You need us? Location secured.
North head points big C's for the rifle squad.
Territory is under our control. They will be forced to take this route.
Engineers setting out, Captain moving back.
Sector lost. My grenadiers have taken the location.
There you go, finding around the cutoff point. Grenadiers pulling in, two rifle squads that are ready. Symbiosis can't go for the Greyhound now. Or is he going to wait to get the points required for... No, War Machine is not. No Pantrick for the Jägers though. It's all worth noting he's not really upgrading any of the Grenadiers either here. So he's just keeping one squad with MP40s while the rest sort of fully retain the Conrad 2Ks. Emon Symbiosis swinging hard and south. Greyhound they're halfway done. And support elements here for Andres, so that could be a Wirbelwind. In a pinch could also be the Marder, but I imagine it's gonna be the Wirbelwind here. Mines and the Nazis here blocking Andres' center push here with the 90th. Jägers withdrawing a bit there with the G43s. And the South Pioneers certainly fully withdrawing. But for now, the Greyhound has arrived, adding the armored sides good first. Very good. Of course, we'll also need the 50 cal there to help deal with infantry. Further south, mine goes off, killing Bob and Eugene there. Jägers and Grenadiers and Engineers called here low on health. Symbiosis definitely need to get them healed up, but they're going to just suffer needless manpower losses that also crucially feed experience here to Andres.
Victory point lost.
No 50 cal yet. Definitely want that because it did make it so the Greyhound's main gun isn't as, you know, utterly obliterating of German infantry. It's still good, and you kind of need the 50 cal to, like, you know, do full damage with the Greyhound. But so far, though, Symbiosis isn't quite going there. Instead, we do get the grenade package here. Of course, again, can still, you know, clear out several Grenadiers in one go, just not as consistently violently as previously. Up north, the larger push for the northern field point, the Vibling flak pants on the way, and of course making great use of rapid protection speed up. Panzer ready. So for that, Andres now does have an anti-tank SAD with the Greyhound, but in a way that still means he largely has the infantry force. More rifle Symbiosis.
The enemy has cut us off. We have territory out of supply.
The infantry are trying to kill us!
Territory sector lost.
And he's been caught here by the engineers. Panzer being forward trying to hunt out the Greyhound. There we go. 50 cal there being added. The Mardeus. South side. Be able to catch in some rifle squad from the south. Catch them on their own. Could possibly, with a very good bit of luck, they get away. Probably won't know. Yeg's in trouble here. Outgunned. But still, Andres is applying great pressure here to Symbiosis. Really doing a lot there. Another great hit from the anti-tanker. Black Panzer already down to half health. Grenadiers in trouble with rifle squad here. Greyhound busy.
He's dead! Leave him!
And there you go, War Machine up for Symbiosis. Though, how much will go towards light vehicles and how much will go to, say, built EC8 is, of course, a very separate series of questions. The Grenadiers, based up north, actually not really. But map sort of split 50-50 here, both sides having, you know, reasonable map control. Symbiosis though still has the victory point lead, but Andres is definitely starting to bleed Symbiosis harder. This is of course helped by the fact that just, you know, he's got a bit more anti-infantry that sort of hits a bit harder, but also just more infantry. And Symbiosis is a bit slow there, so he's just getting outgunned effectively now. Symbiosis would definitely benefit a lot from the BA upgrade on his 4 rifle squads. That would, I think, help turn at least versus the more regular Grenadiers there. The Eagles still can sort of fight back. And we got a chaff instead for Symbiosis. Clearly meant to deal with the Vibrant, and I mean, that is an option too. But I do think in the near future he really needs the upgrades there for his rifle to really fight back against Andres and the 90th. In the south here, Cap versus the 2 several German units, and there we go. Straight attack into a mine is costing Andres, but he still orders his men forward. So the Jaegers push forward through the fires. And we see a unit wipe there again. This time it's the captain. Symbiosis continuing not to have an ideal time here versus Andres and the German Reich. And he's pushed back here by a second Jaeger squad arriving. And again, Breakthrough to just quickly just capture as much as he can and consolidate his gains. Really powerful ability, and I still don't think he should have buffed us like last a minute of anything. Still, it is one of the ways I think Breakthrough just rather is the better infantry battle group, which is to play them aggressively. Because Breakthrough, the ability itself, just really like just allows you to push more aggressively across the map than just gobble up a lot of the map very fast. And of course here Andres would benefit a lot from a medic bunker. I mean, he's got 6 squads of infantry, 4 Grenadiers, 2 Jaeger squads. Medic bunker here would be fantastic. Chaffee there on the move. Of course, he needs to see if he can't catch that flak panzer, even sort of put an end to it. The faster the better here, because otherwise it's very much just going to keep bleeding here. Symbiosis as an infantry, so he definitely needs that thing on.
The enemy has claimed our sector.
In the south here, fighting continues, and Andres commits to a second flak panzer. Very aggressive here. Andres definitely looking just close to this match out as fast as possible and apply extreme bleeding edge to the punch. There you go, 2 flak panzers out now. Chaffee coming in, but Jaegers on the flank with the Grenadiers with the Panther Faust here, damage the engine, the Chaffee, and pretty much put a halt here to Symbiosis' dreams of the flak panzers burning. That is a definite win here for Andres. Though not a, you know, permanent one, as Symbiosis can still fix his Chaffee. In fact, his 2 engineer squads out. Thumbs up to that. Which of course means he can get the Chaffee back in action pretty swiftly. So, good move there by Symbiosis. Ensuring your tanks and such can quickly back to the fight. It's a really good thing to have. Sort of as an ability. This is definitely some place don't put too much stock in, meaning that tanks can take forever to get repaired.
Enemy contact! Achtung!
More fighting here, trying to take out those Wirbelwinds, but he's clearly concerned about Jaegers appearing here with Panzerschrecks, though. So far, Anders only still has one Panzerschreck team. The other squad of Jaegers continues to not really anything. Ooh, Rav's got caught in a really bad spot. Will he go for BARs now? Or what will Symbiosis do? Okay, there we go. We do get the M19-18 Browning automatic rifle.
We're eager to get moving.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Gibbon diving in here, going straight. Oh, caught here by the Chaffee and the Greyhound. Jaeger's following up here with that Panzerschreck Grenadiers, also moving in, and we got another flanking element up here. Very good play by Andres, attacking from various angles, making it much harder here for Symbiosis, just like, you know, halt the attack, but also for something allows him to get the drop on the anti-tank gun. So definitely a really strong push here by Andres that completely blindsides Symbiosis. He is funding back now, but with the anti-tank already cleared out here, the task has become very difficult here for Andres, or for Symbiosis. Do we get some snares here? And one of the Wirbelwinds does have an engine damaged here. This could be a good wipe here. There we go, got it.
Wirbelwind has been destroyed.
So that's definitely nice here for Symbiosis. Might even get a Grenadier wipe here with a bit of good luck and fortune. No! The Grenadier somehow survives, despite probably having his buttocks riddled with bullets. Oh my god! I'll never be able to sit down again! I'll need an ass transplant. Anyways, Jaegers has the Greyhound. Scott's available, Strength and Steel. I'm not surprised to see Scott here, out of Andres. Oh, for that Symbiosis deal with all of Andres' infantry. And again, Andres with Breakthrough. Again, really powerful ability. Andres is just really leveraging that map control that he now gets from it. Building up a more steady resource advantage, where Symbiosis just finds himself more and more lagging behind here. Probably because I do think he was a bit late out there with the bar upgrade versus all of this. Not that of course that Andres made that easy to get out.
We have lost control of a victory point.
But anyways, enough about that. We got the punish right here. Jaeger's Grenadiers being pushed to the limits. Greyhound there doing what he can. Breakthrough finally wearing off, but by now most of the map has very much become decidedly German. An extension of the Third Reich. Northcutt Rifleman pouring in there. Now the Chaffee brief considered by Symbiosis then as being a Greyhound. Interesting enough if he could go for Greyhound here when he could also go for the Scott. But the Greyhound obviously still offers him the manpower discount, but the Greyhound does, or the Scott does not benefit from a war machine. It's only the ones you build, not the ones you call in. So,
Enemy forces have claimed our territory.
I mean, the Greyhound is certainly a cheaper option than the Scott in that sense. Because they're getting sniped by the Greyhound. Main gun and 50 cal there, just unleashing hell upon those Jaegers. Camouflage, powerless against the eagle eyes of the Greyhound. There you go, fresh road tracks here out of Andres. Launch to sort the center. Route squad there, they're getting plastered with heavy automatic fire.
Victory point is under enemy control.
341, 349. Symbiosis still has the victory point lead, but in other respects, he is slipping here beneath the rapid and consistent advantage of Andres. Honestly, at this point, it might actually be something to consider there for Symbiosis to go for the weapon support center just to get a 30 cal or 2 out here versus Andres and his infantry attacks. And obviously, the Jaegers can deploy smoke, but even then, they can't keep throwing smoke.
Command points that still requires
because there is a cooldown at least on that ability. Imagine if there wasn't. But thankfully there is. Still with the bar upgrades here though, Symbiosis GIs can fight back more efficient here against Andres.
The ability is ready.
I mean, another option would be just to go for more rifle and try and match all the infantry out of Andres and the 90th Panzer Grenadier Division, which were effectively just, you know, motorized infantry divisions
Enemy forces
with a
have
bit of
secured
armor
all
attached and some
victory
other, you know, motorized elements, but for the most part they're just infantry and trucks. Or bikes, as the war went on. For example, in Normandy, you had the 17th
We have
SS
300
Panzer Grenadier
points
Division,
remaining.
which had some of its battalions mounted on bicycles. Which is definitely not something you see in the movies, or the TV series, even the games. So, meanwhile, Andres going really hard on the infantry with another Jaeger squad here, pushing up to a total of 7, is really ballsy here. Also highlights a bit the risk of going for the Greyhound here rather than the Scot. Because the Scot is near fire from a safer distance, the Greyhound doesn't quite have that luxury. Still, Symbiosis pushing back here with bars, with guns, with faith in freedom and democracy. He forces back those goddamn Krauts. Road by road, field by field. The Germans are slowly forced out here with the power of democracy, liberty, corporate interests. And so, Andres is clearly aiming for the Tiger. But will Symbiosis be aiming for Brad Pitt as a call-in or Brad Pitt as a built tank? Are the big questions here. Sneak up the cutoff point. Clever move there by Symbiosis. At this rate, I could see Symbiosis just going for the call-in EC8, and because of the pressure here that Andres is applying to him fairly consistently and relentlessly. Particularly also when I think when the Tiger tank hits him. It's also worth noting, of course, Symbiosis hasn't replaced the anti-tank and he lost. Probably hasn't felt like he needed it, but again, I think the Tiger tank is going to serve as a very persuasive argument here for Symbiosis to get something with a bit better anti-tank capability than the Chaffee light tank. And the Jaegers are definitely proving to be a headache and a half here for Symbiosis' light armor. We got now a total of 3 Patricks here out of Andres. There go Tiger arriving here from the 508th Schwerer Panzerabteilung. Moving forwards here. 88mm Garnet, the Kampfwagenkanone 36, adopted from the German Flak 36. Little fun fact there. Grenadiers trying to push in the center of rifle there, spit on their own. And in fact, we do now have 5 routes squad up for Symbiosis. Just realised that. But he's still, like, you know, outnumbered infantry-wise here, which is certainly interesting. It's not something you see too much, like a Veteran player just going heavier on the infantry than his opponent, but here we are.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Anti-tanks for Symbiosis, very much an obvious response here to the Tiger tank and its mighty armored presence.
Under enemy control.
Like a Kruppstahl boogeyman.
They've seen us! Move!
Symbiosis' morale gets a bit sapped there with his arrival. Grabbing the Northern fuel point here. And there, Ralph got struck by the Tiger. Symbiosis is going double anti-tank gun. Not a big surprise here. I mean, could, you know, try and go here for the EC8, but he obviously just wants as many guns as possible to match the Tiger tank. Who can fault him? He just, of course, needs to make sure that the anti-tank is well supported. I mean, obviously, a Tiger tank supported by countless Jaegers certainly also, like, you know, makes... Ooh, nice. Pioneers running along there, but certainly makes anti-tank controls look a bit more enticing. Because the Jaegers at least can't deal with the anti-tankers, that is. The infantry running along in Tiger tanks was quite common. Obviously, lots of roomy space there. Fun fact, but particularly on the Eastern Front, they'd actually even use Tiger tanks to evacuate wounded troops. Like the Tiger tank drive up, they'd, you know, dump the wounded on the back, and then they pull them out of there. They weren't supposed to, but they did it anyways. Occasionally, sometimes they would go very poorly, in particular there's like some damage to the Tiger's exhaust system. You'd actually have some troops dying from carbon monoxide poisoning. Tragically.
Sector overrun.
Chaffee, they're diving up for the exposed development here.
Enemy have 300 points left.
Up north here, Grenadiers versus the Greyhounds. Unsupported, and with the Bard Raft squad here coming the retreat path. We could see a wipe here, if not multiple, on Andres. But no, Symbiosis not willing to commit the Greyhounds more aggressively here. Misses the opportunity. That's actually pretty big here. Still, we got the Titan now going up behind here. Andres, meanwhile, clearly a more aggressive commander here, believing in the German propaganda. Raft squad there getting slammed by the Tiger tank and it's hit with a gun.
Victory point lost.
The Greyhounds are definitely doing fairly well though. I mean, virtually 3 Meteor 2 is nothing to scoff at. And they are still fairly durable with that upgrade. Can like take 3 hits from a Tiger tank, which I will still say I think is a bit much.
They still have 250
But also,
points
quite crucially, just, you know, mobile and can lay down some heavy fire. Jaeger's pulling forward again, trying to get those Greyhounds then knocked out. North here, Tiger tank forcing away the Raft squad there with some heavy 88mm action. We got 265, 241. Andres is finally taken here. Symbiosis, casualties are piling up here, 100 slain on each side. But Andres definitely has a bit of lead of Symbiosis, though Symbiosis is doing fairly well there, maintaining his pace somewhat here. Tiger tank moving up, engaging. And here's Pioneers on the center. And there you go, big push for the center again. Andres just utilizing the infantry aggressively, time and time again. Symbiosis here with the call in EC8. Brad Pitt there in reserve. Tiger advances and tank crews there, taking heavy damage, firing at the Tiger tank. Armored piercing rounds, of course, will still be a great investment here. Increases damage and penetration, which of course could mean you could take out the Tiger tank pretty quickly if Andres isn't careful. But it seems like Symbiosis doesn't care about the ability, forgets about it, or something else. Tiger tank those heavily damaged, forced back here, and immediately Symbiosis, of course, pursues the withdrawing German forces here. Ooh, engineers wiped. That's definitely good there for Andres. Less ideal for Symbiosis. Champ flanking here. Could take out the Virulent Flak Panzer. That is clearly what he's aiming for here. That would be very helpful for Symbiosis, removing at least the anti-infantry tank, and gets it. Stinging blow there to Andres.
Victory point lost.
Removing a key asset here for him. Though he still has a Tiger tank and he still has an awful lot of German infantry. So what will Symbiosis do next? And for that matter, what will Andres do next besides fix up his Tiger and reinforce all of these German troops? I mean, he still would benefit significantly from a medic bunker. Still a bit surprised I haven't seen that. I mean, that would make it much easier to support all of this infantry.
Sector lost.
The Greyhound, Chaffee causing neat repairs. Sneaking up the northern points.
Now get back into the fight.
30 cows, of course, still would be a good investment for Symbiosis as well, but there's obviously also just like so many things that would be great for him right now, besides an EC8. Anti-tank guns, bazooka teams, 30 cals, mortars. Understood with another head-on assault here. In the south, though, clearly the main thrust here. Lots of grenades backed up with some Jaegers striking the southern victory point. Descending upon the center one. 147, 189. And the Pioneers, they're in the breach. Getting hammered by the Greyhounds. The guns and machine guns just using hell. Raft rushing in there. Flanking going in with the Jaegers and the Grenadiers here. Chaffee, damage engine. Crew frantically trying to put out the fires. And the center Raft keeping the Germans off a bit longer, but they're just not having a great time with the Tiger tank about. And of course, with the flank assault here out of Andres, he's also managed to force away Symbiosis anti-tank, which means the Tiger tank can operate more aggressively. That was a pretty good push. And Andres, to an extent, handles infantry fairly well. I mean, he's able to at least, like, handle more than just one massive blob, though. There's still some blobbiness in his tactics. But there is also, in some way, at least some finesse. Titan scores a grand hit in the Ralph scored here. Grenadiers forcing with the Jaegers. In the center, though, Symbiosis charges in. And far up north of Ralph scored a king back from the German troops here.
The ability is ready.
Andrews here with a Panzer Grenadier company out is an interesting choice. I'm guessing Pax? Well, it could have been Theory and Nebelwerfer here, but I'm guessing the Pack 40 to back up the Tiger tank against all of Symbiosis light vehicles. Maybe not. I mean, he's already got 3 Panzerschrecks and the Tiger tanks, so does he really need packs? Still could be, but I mean, at this point, admittedly, Andres could be going for anything. Jaeger's running along the Tiger tank. Ooh, thumbs up. What could Andres will be planning? Who knows? I mean, he's definitely not quite playing by the usual meta game, at least I feel like. I typically don't see Vanguard players commit to that much infantry. And interesting enough, without Luftwaffe, like, he's just going for a lot of Grenadiers and some Jaegers, but without Luftwaffe. And he doesn't even have the medic bunker, honestly, which you at least think he'd go for. At least, you know, maintain some less bleed there. Ralph squad's about to get wiped out. Symbiosis clearly desperately hoping for Brad Pitt to save him. Lighting the incense under his Brad Pitt altar.
Breakthrough tactics activated. Territory capture is prioritized.
And pouring a cup of his Brad Pitt wine from Brad Pitt's farms in California, or France, right? Most of the Hollywood superstars have their vineyards because for some reason they really love wine. Greyhound though knocked out here. Finally scores a Greyhound kill there. And Symbiosis' second Greyhound also goes kaboom. Knocked out here by the Armored Fist of the Reich. Symbiosis feeling the heat here, but he's closing on Brad Pitt.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
12 is 136. Rapidly getting slammed by the Tiger tank. This 80mm gun there, ripping them apart, and there you go. Easy 8 has arrived. The cavalry is here, just a bit delayed.
Grenadier squad has been destroyed.
And he actually scored a wipe here on Andres finally. And his Grenadiers. Again, I feel like he would have had some early up there with those 2 Grenadier squad to be just been a bit more aggressive with his Greyhounds. Of course, there's still a lot of infantry for Andres. That's basically the major problem here for Symbiosis. Even with that squad down, there's plenty more to go. And there we go, 1 tank cleared out. Almost got the L1 2 since they're so close to each other. Flanking with the Chaffee. But the problem is this is the Jaegers and the Grenadiers coming to flank here. But clearly, Symbiosis at this point doesn't give a toss. Recruiting 1 anti-tank and should pop the armor piercing round. So he's got plenty of ammunition. So at this point, there's honestly not really reason not to. At least he pop HVAC rounds. Thumbs up. But should pop the armor piercing rounds as well here. Had he done that, I think he actually had a chance of taking out the Tiger tank.
Victory point is
It's a very overlooked ability, but oh well. In the south, fighting for the victory point as well, we got Grenadiers versus Ralph squad. Really, he was so close to having that Tiger tank. So close. So that was definitely a bit unfortunate for Symbiosis. Almost had within his reach, but then it slips past him. And, well, he hasn't lost to Ralph squad. Now we got Andres actually replacing his Grenadier losses with Panzer Grenadiers. Which is certainly also a bit rare to see Wehrmacht play. Actually have both Grenadiers, the Jaegers, and Panzer Grenadiers. Normally it's just, you know, a lot of Jaegers or a lot of Panzer Grenadiers. Maybe some Starstorm, but very, very rarely are Jaegers and Panzer Grenadiers actually mixed.
The enemy has
That's
taken
actually
our
quite
territory.
interesting.
200 points remain. We are losing our grasp.
And again, he still has an awful lot of infantry. Tiger tank moving up here.
Panzer Grenadier have been deployed to the front.
Panzer Grenadiers ready. Anti-tank is ready as well. Rounds score down to just one man here as he gets utterly traumatized as the Tiger tank obliterates his comrades. Bob! Eugene! James! Dean! Guy, I knew!
Breakthrough tactics activated. Territory capture.
Jaeger's pushing forward panzers, they're spearheading the assault round to the EC8 here. Brad Pitt orders his crew to fire as ruggedly as he can. Tiger tank following up here though, anti-tank's being forced back. We got the USF taking a hell of a hit here out of the Tiger. And of course, Breakthrough being consistently used here behind us. Because it is a very good ability. EC dumbing, catching the Jaegers here, almost got them. Jaegers forced off in the south here, Raft Squad flanking as well here further up north. Going for the northern victory point in the center. Oh, we could see the Pioneers right there, got anti-tanks firing away. Still no sign of the arm pigeon rounds on the anti-tank guns out of Symbiosis, but Andres are now falling upon all victory points here. Threatening to squeeze here Symbiosis like a lemon.
Victory point lost.
Make some Yankee lemonade.
The enemy has 75 points.
Got the medical station there for Andres now, actually. Probably because now half of his forces grenadiers, well, less than half of his forces grenadiers. Round squad, they're dealing with the Panzers, they're engaging with heavy bar fire. Forcing away the Panzer Grenadiere. 181 versus 64. The clock is ticking against Symbiosis. And there you go, more anti-tank on fire at max range.
Taking a victory point.
Fresh assault here. Jaegers leading the way back up to some Pioneers. Brad Pitt that responds with fury.
Commandant, you have
lost his engineer squad. I mean, he currently has no way of repairing his EC8. The Symbiosis kind of converge in the center here, moving in right from both sides. Plus, of course, the anti-tank guns once remembers them. But will he remember to use the armor piercing rounds this time around? And there you go, Tiger tank reaches the ace level. There you go, charging and sprinting forward to the snares here. Got it off here, double snares on the Tiger tank, engine blown out. Jaeger's pulling forward, almost wiped out one squad here though. Raft squad down to 3 men. Nas hitting the Sherman EC8.
The enemy's down to only 50 points.
50 points left for Symbiosis, 49. EC8 almost taking out northern point that's seized by the Grenadiers.
Ability ready for you, Commander.
And he got the Jaegers back on the Tiger tank, resting their legs. 181 to 34. Triple cap back here. This is looking pretty bad for Symbiosis. His forces have been
have only 25 points left.
rather roughly beaten. He's nowhere repairing his tank. Symbiosis clearly not happy about this situation. I can't entirely fault him.
They were. The enemy has only 10 points left.
Considering how it's typically the other way around, the Vanguard just get outspanned with infantry no matter what. It's...
Commandant, the day is yours.
That said, I do feel like Symbiosis at times, missed opportunities to really more aggressively punish this. Like, again, there was that, potential wipe here on those 2 Grenadier squads. He could also have, like, bars out soon. He could also have gone for more infantry himself. 30 Cals could also be an option. Scots, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of things that could pursue it. I'm not going to say this is, like, easy. And certainly, had he maybe just, like, had advanced infantry selected, Rangers could have maybe, like, much more easily just cut this strategy short. Obviously, I think part of the reason this worked is because I doubt Symbiosis was actually expecting this much infantry out of Andres. I mean, you just don't see this kind of strategy. I mean, if this were to become more prevalent, I mean, would this actually be as effective? That's sort of a question there. But all the way, though, GG, game over. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Legion. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.